Hi, guys. Welcome back to Chicks and Giggles. As you see, it's your editor-in-chief, host slash jack of all trades. And you have our co-host slash guest, Stephanie. I know that it's been a little bit since we've uploaded. Unfortunately, we have a lot of scheduling things going on. Hannah's just dealt with a big move, and Damien and I have a kiddo. So our schedule's been kind of hectic. And so that's kind of where we're going to start off, hoping things will go back to normalcy here within the next week or two. That's what I'm hoping for, but I make no promises ever.
Yeah, no promise to
Because
break if no promise is made.
exactly that. Yeah, I just wanted to get on here and make sure that you guys had something to watch, something entertaining.
And there's nothing more entertaining than two females being females on camera.
Yeah, pretty much something like that. So ignore the fact that I look absolutely exhausted. It's been a week and a half, to say the least.
Yeah.
I think part of the issue is this new job. Like, I love my new job. Don't get me wrong. Absolutely love it.
It's great hours for you.
But yeah, it really is. But there's so much to figure out that I don't necessarily get overwhelmed, right? But I can feel myself like when they're like, hey, I need this and I need this and I need this and I need this. And I'm like, bro, slow down. Like, I'm still learning.
I'm one person. I have two arms. I'm one me.
Exactly. And some of the systems that they have just don't make sense to me.
That's fair.
So it's definitely a learning curve and a half.
I mean,
for sure.
how long were you in your other job for?
Well, I was with the other company for 5 years, I think.
And how long did it take you to actually understand the procedures and do the things that
Like
were requested
2
of you?
weeks. It was like
Okay.
2 weeks because it was super. I mean, you worked there for a hot minute. Like
It was about 3 years, yeah.
yeah, the procedure was super.
It took me a week of training to understand.
Yeah, because it was it was so super simple,
Yeah.
right? So one of the things that I am kind of adjusting to, right, is I am in a very, very male dominant world. And I'm okay with that. Like, for the most
Mhm.
part, I'm good with that. But it's finding that line of like being a bitch, but like
And being a smartass.
and right, but still being me in the same process, like not losing who I am in that process.
Yeah, I understand that.
Because now that there's like a genuine HR, if somebody overhears something, like it turns into a thing, you know?
Yeah,
And
I get it.
and these
I get it
guys, like,
to an extent, I should say.
they want to get like a rise out of me, right? And when you're like, listen, I've got two older brothers. I'm used to ignoring people.
Yeah, I can drown out noise, it's fine.
They almost take it as like a hold my beer
Challenge?
moment. Yeah. It's like, can't you just leave me alone? Just why?
Yeah.
Just leave me alone.
Let me work. Let me do my thing, bro.
Yeah. Why do you feel the need to poke the bear?
Because I feel like that's just a guy. I think that's generally a guy thing. That also could be a very people thing to do. Because, I mean, I know I'm a different case because I'm your best friend. But obviously, like, I know when is acceptable to poke the bear, but I also know when you're not in the mood.
Right.
Like, right now, in this very moment, you being exhausted, like, I'll get unhinged vocally, but I'm not gonna intentionally, like, piss you off or irritate you or try to
Right.
poke the bear.
Right. So that's the other thing too, right? Is like, so we found, and this is just this is gonna be the whole episode. It's just gonna be random things that just pop into my brain.
Random rants.
Yeah. So we found a woman on TikTok. Her name is Savannah Stone, and she talks about how like women take their husbands for granted, and you know, they get mad that men cheat, but you're not willing to give him sex, so he's got to go elsewhere to find it. And like, it's so funny to me because you see it all the time
Mhm.
of women complaining about their husbands or their boyfriends or fiancés or whatever, their significant other. But you never hear his side of it,
No.
right? And then you learn later that she was nasty behind closed doors. Like, she was awful to him. It's like, okay,
Mhm.
what what were you expecting? Like
Yeah.
for me, my biggest thing is like right now, perfect example. Right now is perfect example. I'm finally in a job where my husband can stay home and take care of his son. It's perfect. It works out
Yeah.
amazingly. So I don't have to worry about it. I come home to a clean house. I come home to dinner. I come home to, if I want a drink, there's a drink on the table waiting for me. Like I don't have to worry about any of that. And that takes so much of a mental burden off of me
Yeah.
that sometimes I forget that he needs to unwind and he needs to unplug. So like last night, it's been a minute since he's played video games. And so I looked at him and I was like, if you want to play video games, go ahead. I'll just sit behind you and I'll just read my book. Right. Because I've got my little Kindle on my phone. And he was like, well, I'd actually really like it if you played with me. I'm like, okay, we can do that too. Like, that's totally fine. But it's so bizarre to me, the mindset of, I guess, just people in general. Let's be honest, just people in general.
Yeah.
They think that they're perfect. And then when you call them out on their bullshit, they're like, not me. I would never. And it's like, here's 75 examples of why this is you.
Yeah. Which I find absolutely hilarious because this is why I love having you as my best friend. Because when I'm wrong, you call me out on my shit. Because I will sit here, hand to Sky Daddy, and say that I am not perfect. I'm not perfect in any way, shape, or form. I have my moments when I'm lazy. I have my moments when I don't feel like doing shit. But you've also seen how I am behind closed doors. You've seen how my soon to be ex is behind closed doors, and we're both awful for each other. And that's basically what it comes down to. We have no business being married right now, and it sucks, but we can't,
Yeah,
we
there's
don't
nothing
work
you can do.
there's nothing I could do. You've called me out on my bullshit so many times with different powwows that we had. Like, please tell me, is there like a guidebook to this? Because if there's a guidebook and I've just not been following the directions, like I need to know. If I've done everything that I've said I've done, there's nothing else I can do.
Right. And and you like, and that's one of those things too. Like, we all need somebody in our life that's going to be like, no, bitch, you're fucking wrong.
Yeah.
Like, you're being crazy or you're overreacting or you're whatever the case may be. Right.
Yeah.
And for me, it took me a long time to get here because I was a people pleaser for a really long time. Like, I didn't want to piss anybody off. I didn't want to be on anybody's bad side. I didn't want to the point where like I wouldn't even stand up for myself,
Mhm.
which was wild. Now I've gotten to a point where I'm like, you can check your attitude.
Yeah.
There's no reason to talk to me like that. I didn't come
Exactly.
at you sideways. Don't come at me sideways.
Whereas I'm still in the process of building a backbone. I'm still a people pleaser. I don't want to be on people's bad side. Mind you, I have a vicious thoughts that don't always come out. And when I need to have a backbone, I usually, and I'm pretty sure I've said this before. I usually picture myself embodying you, and then I summon my inner Sonia, and then I'm like, look,
And that's like one of those things too, right? Like, everybody needs that person that pushes them to do better and pushes them to set those boundaries for themselves to make it a healthier place for them. And I feel like this is getting very like mental healthy, but
it is, and
I
I'm actually okay with that.
yeah, yeah. I think that people need to understand that you setting boundaries does not make you a bad person. You standing up for yourself does not make you a bad person. However, with that being said, if somebody looks at you and says you're a bitch, okay, and do I like being called a bitch? No. Do I know that I can be? Absolutely. But if I meet your crazy with the same level of crazy instead of looking at you and be like, okay, it makes me just as bad as you.
Yeah.
And that's where I think a lot of, and I'm going to say people in general, they think that by setting boundaries, whether it be with family, friends, whatever, makes them a horrible person. And it doesn't, right? At the end of the day, your mental stability and your heart health, and I'm not talking like high cholesterol, I'm talking like if your heart is happy, good things will happen for you,
Yeah.
right? Like, you literally have to essentially will it into the universe for something good
Yeah.
to happen.
Manifestation. Same
Exactly.
thing.
And I think we've gotten out of you can set boundaries and still be a good person. You can tell somebody that you don't like the way you're being treated and still be a good person, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like maybe not necessarily that we've gotten out of that, maybe that women specifically were never taught that. We're taught to be people pleasers. We're taught to be yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Like, and there's a way to do that, but do it respectfully and just still be able to have that healthy boundary around yourself. Like, just because I
Yeah.
don't want you at my table doesn't mean I don't want you to eat. I just
Exactly.
don't want you at my table anymore. It boggles my mind. Like, and the fakeness that is people.
The fakeness that is people?
Yes. I don't understand.
That's fair. As an adult female who I have one best friend, it's hard to make friends as an adult female.
It really, it's hard, but I feel like it's hard to make a friend as an adult, period.
Yeah.
So something else that I heard today on TikTok was that women have more male friends because men either hate you or they like you, and there's no in between. Where a woman will hate you behind your back, but befriend you to cut you down, to use it against you later.
Yeah.
And it's like, fuck, that is so true. Like, this world essentially, I don't want to say causes us to compete against each other, but
It does actually.
yeah, in a sense it does. It talks to, it tells us that our bodies are supposed to look a certain type of way. We're supposed to behave a certain type of way. We're supposed to say certain things, do certain things. And it's like, that's boring.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that we need to completely cut out, certain aspects of being a woman, right? Because at the end of the day, women were created to even out men, right?
Mhm.
So where we struggle, men exceed, and vice versa. So these women that get mad because they're like, well, I'm a strong, independent woman. Right. And that's okay, but you can be a strong independent and still want to have a man in your life.
Yeah.
I don't, and I've told my husband and I have had this conversation. I can't even tell you how many times, but I don't need him, right? I don't, maybe a little financially. That's besides the point. But I don't need him in my life. I want him in my life. And it's the same thing with him. Like, he doesn't necessarily need me, but he wants me in his life because we complement each other.
Yeah.
And I think that people forget that. The people around you are supposed to compliment you and push you up and help. Like, you're quitting a little too easy. You're quitting a little too early, right?
Yeah.
Like, they're supposed to talk you up. They're supposed to help you feel some type of way about yourself and feel that encouragement and feel that loyalty, I guess is the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be sleeping with all of them. Like, you're my best friend, and like you and I constantly, like, we're pushing each other. Like, yeah, you
Yeah.
can do it. Like,
It's
you got this.
it's kind of like when I left my job to start doing my own thing on my own. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not a big risk taker. I always take the safe route because it's easy.
yeah,
And I came to you and I came to your husband and I was like, "Look, this is the opportunity that I have. What should I do? Because I don't want to make the wrong move." Mind you, yes, right now, it's summertime in Arizona. Not everybody wants to get their hair done. I'm a hairstylist and I'm renting a booth now, so I'm basically an independent contractor. I make my own prices, I make my own schedule, I do my own thing. I worked at a chain before. They made me choose. I couldn't do both because I miss doing hair color. I love doing color. It complements any and every haircut. And at the chain that I worked at, we didn't do chemical services. They made me choose, and I held out as long as I could, and I was like, "Look, even if you, like, have open shifts and you use me as a floater, like, I don't mind still coming in to do the work because I love what I do. I really enjoy what I do." It put them in an awkward position. I get it. I understood. I wasn't allowed to self-promote myself while I was still working there, and they didn't take my shifts away from me. They let me keep my shifts. It was great. It just sucks because in a new place, I have to rebuild my books. So, it's summertime, I'm starting my own thing, making my own prices, and I'm trying to build my book. So there's a little bit of struggle there, but I'm still making things happen. But I came to you guys and I was like, "Look, I have these 2 options. This is the safe option. This is the risky option." And you both said, "Do the risky option." You guys hyped, and even still, like, you share my things on
Yep.
my social
Facebook.
medias, Facebook, everything, and then I mean, Damien doesn't really share anything. I'm not concerned about that because not only am I cross-posting all my posts, but you're sharing all my posts. You've been handing out business cards for me too. But if I wouldn't have come to you and I wouldn't have come to Damien with it and I would have just tried to make that decision on my own, I probably would have made myself panic and I would have ended up just staying with the safe option and not going with the not safe option and not starting my own business. And it's hard, but I'm still doing the thing.
And that's like the biggest thing too, right? Like at the end of the day, like you can be a risk taker all you want. If it's not going to pay out, it's not going to pay out. But you also need to like look at your situation and go, okay, at the end of the day, what's going to pay out better?
Yeah.
Right. And for you specifically, we weighed all of the options. We did the whole thing.
Yeah.
Right. We sat down with you and we talked like, listen, if you get a good clientele, you can charge a little bit more, come like you can charge a little bit more for like prom hairdos or
Yeah.
dyes or stuff like that. Like you can do what you want and be happy in doing it.
Yeah.
And sometimes being happy takes a little bit more work, but you need
It
the
definitely
support
does.
system around you to make that work less.
Yeah. And I feel like I have a pretty decent support system because, I mean, I've already got a handful. And when I say handful, I mean I probably could count on one hand how many clients I have right now that have come to see me and rebooked with me with it after their appointment. They have also helped push my name out there and push my business out there because I do truly believe that like word of mouth when it comes
Oh,
to service industry
everything.
thing, it's everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it has. I've had people that come in and said, "So and so sent me." And, I'm like, "Sweet." And then now I have another person.
And
And
that makes a big difference too, right? Like, especially when you hear like your new clients coming in are from old clients
yeah.
or established clients. Because
Yeah.
then you can be like, sick, like shit, like what I'm doing is actually working. Like they're not just saying that they love the job that I did and then leaving and never coming back. Like
Yeah.
they're coming back and that's amazing. Right? Like so there's so many things that go into having a healthy support system and there's so many things that go into having a healthy mindset that I genuinely in my heart believe that if you are miserable in the position that you're in,
Then you shouldn't be doing it.
that and like everything outside of that is going to reflect, right? It's like a
Yeah.
ripple in a pond or whatever. It's because you have a good state of mind here at the core, at the base, right? It's going to ripple out and it's going to do so much more for you. Right. I was very stalemated in my other job, very stalemated. I was
Yeah.
burnt out. I knew I was burnt out. I knew that I needed something different. I had a vacation that I needed to get through and then I knew that I could do something and I could go to a better job. And this job kind of literally just fell in my lap.
Yeah.
And I'm happier now. And my hours are so much better. And yeah, it's a lot of maybe not necessarily politics, but there's a lot of like standards, I guess you could say,
Mhm.
that make the job a little bit more complicated. But because I'm happy, I feel it around me, right? Like Damien's happier and our sex life is better and like I feel good about myself, which then in turn makes me feel better. And then it becomes instead of this vicious cycle, now it's a healthy cycle.
Yeah.
And same
And I
thing with
mean,
you.
exhaustion aside, I do see a difference in you since you've been at this job too. Like there's just a difference in how you carry yourself. You don't seem as stressed. And mind you, yeah, you have your moments at work where the boys are trying to like fuck with you and push buttons when they really shouldn't be pushing buttons and letting you
All
work.
the buttons.
All the buttons. But even still, You come home, and, if I'm over or if I come over later or whatever, it's not like you're not you're exhausted, yes, but you're not, like, emotionally exhausted. Because there was also with the past job, as much as you love the past job, there was an emotional exhaustion to it as well.
Yeah. And I think a
Like
lot of that was more so the frustration of the job itself than because so with my last job, right, being security, I had a hard time with it felt like there was too many responsibilities and not enough of a I don't want to say reciprocation because that sounds bad, but there wasn't enough of a reward system, which sounds really selfish, but I'm
it
very much
it
that type of
does,
person.
but
Like, I'm that person that I need to hear, not all the time, right? Like, I don't need
yeah,
to hear it every friggin' day, multiple times a day, but a once in a while, like, attaboy,
yeah,
I'm good. I've been on this job a month officially, and I've already heard, like, hey, you're doing a great job. Like, we're really happy with what we're seeing. We're really happy with the progress that you're making. Like, and that makes all the difference in the universe.
yeah,
And that to me, and I don't care who you are, we as people need to hear that once in a while. We need to be reminded, like, hey, you're doing a good job. Like, we appreciate you.
yeah,
You need to be reminded that you're still a person. And yeah, this is a job. So don't literally work your life away because
you're replaceable.
you're replaceable. But to hear, hey, we're happy with where you're at, or hey, we're happy with what you've accomplished. Everybody needs to hear it. And I genuinely believe that.
Yeah, I agree.
Now I got a little deep there, but
It happens.
tired
We
and my
also
brain's
feel
just
I feel
going.
like people just need to be more or less more more of their authentic selves. Stop trying to fit into
Little box.
this box.
Yeah,
It's
I
like the
agree.
one fucking thing I've seen before. Say the weird thing. Do the weird thing. Be the weird thing. I don't
Yeah.
care what it is. Be authentic. Be yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Because
agree with that completely.
normal is a setting on the washer and dryer. It's not a people thing.
See, and that's the other thing too. Like everybody's like, oh, well, this person's not normal.
Okay. Do you know how many times I've been told that I might have a screw loose in my head, and I looked at the person and I was like, "You bet your bottom I do. I have a couple screws loose. When I shake my head hard enough, you can hear them rattle around."
That's the thing, right? At the end of the day, like your energy is going to attract like or better energy.
Yes, I
And
do agree.
that's something that I think most people don't realize. When you are authentically you,
Mhm.
it's really easy to weed out the haters.
Yes.
I am authentically me at work. I say the thing, I do the thing. Now, again, obviously I have to watch what I say because of the position that I'm in. So I have to watch certain things that I say, but
Yeah.
I'm still me. I still have my personality. And you can censor your language for the job that you're in without losing who you are.
Exactly.
Like I go in every morning and I'm in a great mood. Good morning. How are we? Blah, blah, blah. I'm still me. Mind you, I'm not a morning person. So that is pretty fake. But
I'm not a morning person either, so getting up in the morning is just generally hard.
yeah, but I've been up for a couple of hours, right? So like by the time I get to work, I'm up, I'm moving, I'm functioning. Like I've had my cup of coffee. I've done the thing to where I'm up, I'm moving, I'm good.
Yeah.
So I'm not worried about, and maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's just like I'm finally at a point where I'm not worried about pissing off the people around me because I don't care. You either like me or you don't. And if you don't fucking talk to me.
That's one thing that I can agree with. Even though, yes, I am very much a people pleaser and I don't want to be on anybody's bad side, there's certain things that in the years of experience that I have had doing hair and working as a stylist that I can't make everybody happy because I can change the color and the style and do the things that you want me to do with your hair. But at the end of the day, if you don't like yourself, I cannot make you like your hair. I can't make you like yourself. I'm a hairstylist. I am not a miracle worker or anything like that. And I've had people that I couldn't make happy. I did everything they asked me to do, and I couldn't make them happy. And it happens sometimes. Did I fuck up their hair? No. Did I make an oopsie? Yes. Can it be fixed? Absolutely. Unless you're scissor happy. And if you're scissor happy, which I am not, sometimes you can't fix if you cut too much.
Yeah. That is the one thing you've always told me is I can always cut more off. I
I
can't
can't.
put it back.
No, I mean, and see, this is where, with my personality, it comes in. I read people very well. So I know when I have a talker in my chair, and I know when I have somebody who just wants to relax. And it's like a switch in my brain. I'm able to be myself, but I'm also able to, what's the word I'm looking for? There's a certain word I'm looking for. I can cater to my clients. I can base my personality off of how they are. And I can tell within the first couple things that I say to them. If I go through a full consultation and this person is short, quick answers, what they want, okay, I'm going to focus hard on my work. If I have somebody who's like, so I just had a vacation, or I'm getting ready to go on vacation, we're going here and this, and they start talking, then I know, okay. So I've had people where I tell them, yeah, I can always cut more off. I just can't put it back. And then I switched it up for my people that I know have a pretty good sense of humor about it. And I'm like, well, I can put it back. You're just not going to like the method in which I use to put it back because I'm out of hair glue. And the only two things I have left is duct tape and staples. And usually I get a chuckle out of some people and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, so that's the thing too, right? Like there's 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 people in this world that they don't know how to
They don't know how
the
to
only
what?
way people they don't know how
Yep,
to
they don't know how to people.
yeah.
Got it,
So
yeah.
I have this guy that I worked with him at the last company. I can't stand him. I think he's just a mean person, right? And I hadn't seen him in months, right? And me being me, I saw him for the first time and I was like, wow, man, like you look good. Like you've lost a lot of weight. Like, wow, like happy for you.
Yeah.
Apparently that put me back on his radar. It's like, we're friends and we can talk and blah, blah, blah. I gave you a compliment. That don't mean we're friends. When I flat
Yeah.
out told you last time, because I was ignoring him, as I do, because it is 6 a.m. and I was not a good morning person. And he'd been up all night. So he was wired.
Mm.
And he would talk and talk and talk and talk. And he's like, hey, you okay? I'm like, yep. You sure? Yes, I'm fine.
Ask me again and the answer's gonna change.
So, right. So he said something to me once and I was like, I don't know if you figured it out yet or not, but I don't like you. The reason that I come in every morning, get my shit done, and send you packing is because I don't like you. You rub me the wrong way. You have since day one. Please leave me alone. Well, I don't know what I did. I was like, I just told you. You rub me the wrong way. I don't appreciate people that talk shit about dead people, for one thing. For another thing, yeah.
I'm
It's a whole
assuming
thing.
that's a story for a whole nother time.
Yeah, that's a story for a whole nother time. But like, the things that he would say, and like, I had been on the job for, I think, a year and a half by the time I met
I'm
him.
assuming I know who we're talking about because this person has been brought up before multiple times
Yes.
at your dining room table.
Yes. So, but he, like, it was constant, like him trying to tell me how to do my job. I'm like, I know.
Ew.
And he'd be like, well, I'm like, stop. Just stop. Just leave me alone.
They
I'm reading
didn't
the
make me
pass on.
lead for a reason.
Exactly. Like, bro. So finally, the one day I flipped out on him and told him, like, I don't like you. This is why, blah, 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 blah. He left. And I was like, oh, okay. This is going to be a call to the boss.
So wait, did you call the boss and let them know what happened, or did he call the
I
boss
did.
and let them know? Okay, so
I
you
called
got
the
on
boss
top
to
of
let
it
them know.
immediately. Like,
Yes.
hey, this is what just happened. I'm just letting you know before somebody starts to run their mouth.
CIA, babe. CYA.
Cover your
So
ass.
I called them. Yeah, exactly. So I called them and I was like, hey, this is what just happened. This was the conversation. This is everything that I said. This is everything that he said. This is the context in which it was said. I got all right. And I was like, I've been as nice as I can be. And they were like, well, we're just now hearing that you blew up. So I'm going to go with, yes, you were as nice as you could have been up until this point.
Mhm.
They were like, "Do you want to talk about it?" And I was like, "Talk about what? Why you blew up this morning?" And I was like, "Oh, I just had enough." Like, and that was it. So the next week, he no longer worked with me, and I was super thrilled. Super thrilled. But yeah, no,
You can only deal with so much. I think we all get to that point where you can deal with that one person. Everybody has at least one person that comes into their job, their life, their workplace, whatever it may be. And you know when that person comes into your workplace, your job, your
bad
life, or
day.
anything.
Day. Immediately.
And for you, yes, because you know how to be civil with your coworkers and everything. I have seen you, I have heard you do it, you've talked to me about it. We all
Yeah,
get
I'm
that.
not a savage. Like,
No, you don't pop off that easily. It takes a good amount to get you to pop off, especially when it's a coworker and not even just a friend. Just a coworker.
yeah.
So that the fact that they even this is the first we're hearing of you popping off.
Yeah.
You have been as nice as you have been.
Yeah. Well, then I found out that he had been complaining about me. And I was like, for what? I was like,
What I do, my job.
I'm a freaking angel. I said, I go in, I do my job, I send him home. That's it.
What you're supposed to do.
I said, he's just mad because I refuse to have a conversation with him. Mind you, for the ladies that are watching this, you ever just like met somebody and just immediately you get that ick?
Yes.
Just that like down to your bone ick.
Yes.
He's one of them. He's one of them. Like you just immediately like look at him and be like, if he's on the news tomorrow, I'll buy it. Whatever they say, I'll buy it. Can we talk about that for a second? Can we talk about the fact that there's just certain people in this world that just immediately give us the ick? Let's talk about that.
I mean, for me, I vibe check people immediately as soon as I'm talking to them. Like I said, I read people fairly well. So if you don't pass the vibe check, I'm going to be overly friendly to you, but not in the sense in which you think is a good thing. Because I know there's a lot of people out there that have a similar mindset to me. Like, I'm going to be overly friendly with you if I don't like you. If I like you, I'm going to start bullying you. And it's not because I'm being a bully. It's because I have a twisted, dark sense of humor. If you don't want to be bullied, then I'm not your bucket of pond water then.
Bucket of pond water. That's the first one. That's the first.
It's not the bucket of pond water that I was thinking of. I was actually more or less thinking of bucket of bog water, rusty bucket of bog water. But pond came out because I couldn't think of which body of water I wanted.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. So you know that I've worked with somebody that just immediately gave me the ick. Have you ever had that? Have you ever had like a situation where like not a client, just like a person? Like
Yes. Unfortunately, it was a female person that I had that gave me the ick.
Or are we talking about the other one?
Yes. One of the nicknames that was given to said person. I'm not going to give out her name, but I will use nicknames because only the people who know the nicknames will know who I'm talking about.
If you know, you know.
We referred to her as Voldemort. She, who shall not be named.
Had you ever experienced that though before?
Not with coworkers, but with clients for sure. That was the first coworker that I had that absolutely gave me the ick.
That's so wild to me. I think because I've always worked in like, I don't want to say male-oriented jobs, but like male-oriented jobs. Like I've always had somebody in my work area that was just like, no.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing. Like, so before I started doing hair, I worked a lot of retail jobs. So I saw a bunch of different people. And a lot of the coworkers that I had in the past at those retail jobs didn't necessarily give me the ick. I had my bosses, I did my job. I didn't have to always I wasn't always talking to somebody. Obviously, I had the people that I, gravitated towards that I talked to more at those jobs.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And then I just had people that I didn't really gravitate to. We either weren't on the same wavelength, same mindset, anything like that, or we just didn't have the same shifts and they were new people. And I'm like, hey.
Yeah.
But yeah, Voldemort was the first person that immediately gave me the ick. Ironically enough, we had gotten hired at the same job. Or not at the same job. Obviously we were at the same job because she was a coworker. We were hired at the same job, same time, same month, almost the same exact day. Almost. We have in the salon world rules that we follow, things that we don't talk about. A lot of it is we don't talk about politics, we don't talk about religion, we don't talk about controversial topics because typically the idea is when you're in the salon, you're getting your hair done, regardless of what you're getting done, we want you to be able to relax and unwind because that's the one place where you can go where you're not hearing all the noise from everything in the world that's going on. That's and mind you, it has happened. Like, it comes up, it does. And when it starts to get heated, whoever is, like, witnessing the conversation has shut it down. Like, "We're not gonna have this conversation. If you continue, this is gonna be your repercussion." Whether it be you're gonna leave or,
Halfway through a haircut. Could you imagine? Oh my God.
honestly, if somebody's gonna get heated and they're not gonna wanna listen to the rule and they're not gonna wanna listen when I say, "Hey, we're not gonna have this conversation, pick something else to talk about," and they still continue, I don't fucking care if I'm halfway through a fade and half of your head's faded and the other half is not. You're not listening to how I'm feeling about your conversation because I don't wanna have this conversation with you right now. Bye. Go get
Yeah.
the rest of your fade done somewhere else.
Yeah, for sure.
This is not something we talk about. You're in the salon to relax. You're in the salon to get your hair done. Talk about the weather. Talk about your favorite sports team. I don't give a
Talk
fuck.
about your family.
Talk about your family.
your dream vacation.
Tell me-
Talk about
I am an underpaid therapist occasionally. I hear all stories. I could write a book about all the stories that I have heard from people in my chair. She gave me the ick the first day that I worked with her. Like, the first day that I worked with her. Not only, and I was told something by another coworker about something that she had said. I wasn't sure. I was like, okay, well, I mean, you said it. I didn't hear it, so I'm gonna, like, it's not my business. I don't give a fuck. First day that I actually worked with her. Not only did she make the comment that I had heard that from another person that she had made to a client, every time I was in the middle of doing hair, because my station wasn't right next to hers, it was at least a couple stations away or a station away. She would intentionally walk past me, and she's lucky that I was using my clippers because she had bumped me a couple times and didn't say anything. Like, full on body checked me and
my
didn't say
God.
sorry, didn't say, like, excuse me. Mind you, everybody I know and anybody watching, you've seen our chairs and how we have our mats that we stand on so that way we don't have issues with our feet or our legs because we're standing for however many hours a day. I'm on my black mat. She had to have stepped into my black mat in my space to be able to body check me. I'm built like a large branch. And she is built like the trunk of a tree.
God.
And she body checked me, didn't say anything. But the comment that she made to a client, and this is like the first of many things that I heard her say on she was talking to a client about school and how she was homeschooled, which you would think is a fine conversation. And
Should
then the
be
next
a safe one.
should be a safe one, right? Right? Yeah.
Should be.
Yes. I hear her talking about that, and I am very much an eavesdropper. Like, I listen to people's conversations when my client doesn't want to talk. I'll sit there.
I don't
do
care
hair,
who you are.
eavesdrop.
Everybody does. Everybody does.
Don't come for me. Don't at me. I don't care. I will listen to everybody's conversation.
Stop typing.
Stop typing. The next thing that comes out of this woman's mouth, woman. She was older than me. I'm 34. She was like 38. Yeah. It's probably a good thing that I was homeschooled because I probably would have been a school shooter. And I was like, the fuck did she just say to that client?
My
It wasn't my client she said
God.
it to. It was her client that she was working on that she said that to.
Bro, I would be so scared.
Dude, I'm not lying to you. I had my gun in my purse the next day. I didn't care if I was working with her or not. I was carrying, and it was in my locker. Don't mind. It wasn't on my hip. It wasn't strapped to me. It was in my purse, and I put my purse in my locker, and my locker had a lock on it because she was
so
also
scary. That's so scary. There's like a lot of things you don't say, and that is one of them in a public place. Like,
that was I heard that. I did tell my boss about it. I told my boss, and she was like, okay, if you hear anything about like that again, like, get in touch with the higher ups. I was like, okay, I wanted to let you know that this is what I
Yeah.
heard. And then, like, I thought I was unhinged. This woman was more unhinged than I was.
there's a difference between being unhinged because you're letting your intrusive thoughts win and being unhinged because you have some lights and screws loose.
Yeah. And on multiple occasions, multiple different clients, she would ask to bum a cigarette off of. I vape, clearly. I have not once ever asked any of my clients for anything. I had one client who witnessed me nick my finger when I was cutting his hair. I walked him up because it was right at the end of the service. So I wrapped it in like a neck strip to go and check him out. And then I was going to go to the back and get a Band-Aid, like clean my finger up and do all the things and get a Band-Aid. He pulled his wallet out, opened it up, handed me a Band-Aid. He was one of my regulars, and every time he came back, he requested me, and he was like, I just want to let you know, I have Band-Aids just in case you need them. And I was like, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I never asked him for it. He just opened his wallet, pulled out a Band-Aid, was like, here you go. It's like,
That's
Band-Aid.
hilarious.
But I was like, I was so shocked that comment came out of her mouth, because you would think that the conversation she was having was normal, and then she just went
and then it took a left turn,
left field. Like,
jeez, how do you even like react?
I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to
Yeah.
do or say. I just immediately
call the cops.
Hey, I just heard this. It didn't happen, but it was a possibility. Like, can you help?
So it's so funny to me that you say that, right? Because, okay, preference this. I was still security at the time, and we had a woman that was fired, right, from one of the contracting companies that was on site. This woman was, I thought, young, right? I thought like early 20s, mid 20s at the earliest. And no, come to find out, she was like 65, 70. And she had made a comment on her way out that she was going to come back and shoot the place up.
God.
And so so it's one of those things that you're like, you're 100 for one. And like, not for nothing, we are in Arizona, right? And everybody carries. I don't care who you are. Everybody carries.
Yeah.
But it's the thought that this like 9,000-year-old woman, and I know I'm being so disrespectful right now, and I'm not sorry about it, but
Only one?
I know. How weird, right?
Bless you.
But thank you. This 9,000-year-old woman is threatening to come back on site and shoot the place up, like, because you like, what's
now, did she get
happening?
fired?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she was fired, and that's when she made the threat. So then, like 2 or 3 months beforehand, somebody found a note in one of the porta potties saying that they were going to bomb the site on this day at this time, like very specific, right? So they put it on lockdown. And it's like, these are grown-ass people threatening these things. Not, mind you, okay, we have everything from 18 to 70s that work there, right? Because that's just what it is. If you can do the job, they hire.
If you're able-bodied.
Pretty much. But so it's so wild to me that that's the thought process, right? Is like, well, I'm just mad, so I'm going to just shoot the place up, or I'm going to bomb the place, or I'm going to, like, I could
Hear
never
me out,
imagine.
though, because I've had a lot of, like, older clients as well. And this is just in the hair field. I've never been threatened. We've never had any kind of threats or anything like that. But I've had a lot of elderly clients. Like, you can tell that they're really up there in age. And this is going to be where I sound disrespectful, because when I think about it, it's like she's up there in age and she's threatening to shoot out for getting fired. Elderly people, they don't have much more to lose.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck. I can't tell you how many of my elderly men that I've cut where I'm like, how much did you want to take off the top? It doesn't matter. Okay. And I'm like, all right, George, so you got nothing left to lose. I got it. We're going to take an inch off then. George is a fictitious name that I just pulled out of the air just so we are aware. But yeah, elderly people, they don't give a fuck about anything. They don't have anything to lose. So when an elderly person comes in, if I'm ever threatened by anybody who is late 60s or older, if they come in and threaten me, I'm going to take that shit seriously, because they don't have anything to lose and they don't fucking care.
God, dude, that's like the freaking road rages around here lately. That ended in like shootings and stabbings and shit. I'm like
the one that
happened. You guys are 100.
There was a shooting that had happened. It was maybe last year or early this year, and it had happened in the Walgreens parking lot, and it was a road rage incident. And the person it wasn't the road rage person that shot the victim. It was the victim of the road rage that shot the guy that was being road rageful. I don't know what the words I'm trying to use here, but if you don't...
Yeah, no.
The person who was dealing with the person who was having the road rage is the one that shot the other guy. And I was like, what the fuck?
It's like at that point too, like, congratulations, like you just threw your life away for what?
Mind you, see, and this is where I'm having a hard time because the person who shot the road rage guy, he went to Walgreens, but the road rage guy followed him to Walgreens. Why are you going to follow somebody that you're being rageful against?
But also, I would do a couple more laps around the block.
Yeah. Anytime I don't
There's
know
not
if
that many roads in Kingman, but
there's not, but there's a lot of like
you can turn a lot.
lattice-shaped developments you can just fucking loop around. Do figure eights. There's a desert. Drive in the desert. They won't follow you out there.
You hope.
You hope. Get me a side-by-side. I'll follow you anywhere.
I don't know. I think this world is getting to a point where we're just there's so many different things. So one, we're too comfortable on the internet, right?
Yes.
You've got girls talking about how pretty their chlamydia pills are.
You got these guys thanking people for giving them herpes.
You've got people selling
thank
caskets.
You for loving me. That too.
You've got people selling caskets that were never used for a dead body. No, they were used for a snacket. And then like, it's just, we're so comfortable on the internet, right? Like, what is happening?
And it's funny because at first it was like everybody would complain like, oh, you're airing out your dirty laundry on the internet. Now we've gotten way too...
Oh my God.
We have. You're right. We've gotten way too comfortable on the internet.
Did you see the one where she posts on, I think it was Reddit. She posted on Reddit and then it got read on TikTok that she was sleeping with her brother and father or something, but she was pregnant and wasn't sure if it was gonna be like, it's so like,
I didn't see that one.
It's so asinine. I'm like, what are we doing? Like, don't get me wrong. I get that some of this shit's made up, right? For attention. I get that.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah. Because
why are we this comfortable on the internet?
You have at least two people here that when we see satire, we know it's satire.
We hope.
Fingers are crossed that it's satire, but don't make me second guess myself when I'm telling your 45 viewers that we know satire when we see it. Don't make me question myself.
Praying to the Sky Daddy that it's fucking satire.
No disrespect to Sky Daddy. It's
what a wild world we live in. Like,
it's ridiculous.
It really is, and it's not getting any better.
It's really not. Honestly, we need a second Earth to go to, and
it needs to be a select few.
Yeah.
It needs to be a very select few.
It's either that or we need to take all the labels, all the warning labels off of everything, and
take all the labels off.
Let the problem sort itself out.
Take the labels off. Now, I do agree with the McDonald's one.
The hot coffee one? I'm sorry, but I
agree with that. Hold on. There's an actual reason for that.
Okay.
Before you judge, because I feel the judgment.
If you're talking about the person who sued them because they didn't have a label or something and they spilled hot coffee on themselves, like...
So, I thought that was being blown out of proportion as well. Then I actually read the story. So, they're supposed to keep the coffee at like, I think it's like 120, don't quote me, but it's like 120 degrees. This McDonald's specifically was keeping their coffee at like 180, 200 degrees.
For what though? So it tastes like burnt garbage?
So it was so hot that it actually caused second or third degree burns when it should have only caused superficials.
Okay.
But because the coffee was so hot, person ended up essentially needing like skin grafts and shit to like recoup.
My question is, why was that? If most McDonald's keep their coffee set to a certain temp, why was that the only one that had it higher? Is it like an altitude thing? Is it like, what was the reason for it?
I don't know. But they did an investigation and found that their coffee was way hotter than other places. And so McDonald's was like, here's your settlement. Our bad.
That was our whoopsie daisy that we just picked.
And now there's warning labels on the coffee cups.
I mean, if somebody hands me a coffee and I feel that it's hot, like, I'm gonna know that shit's hot. I'm just saying.
I saw a friggin' TikTok today The fucking guy was in a motorcycle accident and was suing the fucking EMT that saved his life because he had DNR tattooed across his chest. You want to know what you can't do?
You can't tattoo that on your chest. It has to be a legal form. You have to You can put in whatever you want in any kind of medical record that you do not want to be resuscitated. The fact that it is tattooed on your chest does not count. If you have a medical bracelet,
I actually found out the medical bracelet doesn't even count. You have to have like a
Really?
copy with you. Yeah.
I thought medical bracelets counted for most things.
Most things, but not a DNR.
Really?
Hmm. Because you can get the bracelets made by anybody.
Okay.
It doesn't have to get.
So if that's the case, instead of getting a medical bracelet that says DNR, you get a t-shirt and you just print out that form on the t-shirt and show where it has your signature. And if you know that you're going out to do some dumb fucking shit, wear that t-shirt so that way they know.
He was mad because he had just gotten the motorcycle, like, I think he said like a month beforehand or something. And he was like, yeah, you know, at this point in my life, like, blah, blah, blah. If something's going to happen, just let it happen. And the judge was like, yeah, no, bro. It don't work like that.
No, it doesn't work like that.
So he's not paying your medical bills. And
your case is dropped.
He wanted $65,000. $40,000 to cover the medical bills and another $25,000 to cover his pain and suffering. And the judge was like, yeah, no. And he's like, well, you can't even pay half. And he was like, no.
No, we're not paying anything.
Yeah.
You didn't have
he's like,
proper
case dismissed,
documentation
guy.
on you. Fuck off.
Yeah, that's not how this works. And he's like, well, it just takes so long and it's like super expensive. And he was like, actually, it's not really that expensive. You literally go to any hospital or go to a court and like do it.
There's other ways that you can not be resuscitated too. I mean, you just gotta be a little bit more drastic about what you're doing. I'm not telling you to go and do it. I'm just saying, get good. Like, do better.
Yeah. Like I said, this world is crazy.
Know your laws and know what you need to have on you before you go and do some dumb shit.
Yeah, for real. Absolutely. Yeah. It's just, crazy world we live in. Final thoughts?
Because we were talking about jobs a little bit, I'm gonna shamelessly self-promote myself on this episode of Chicks and Giggles.
I'm here for
if there is anybody in the Kingman area who needs a haircut or needs a stylist in general, I cater to women, I cater to men, and I cater to children. You can find my Facebook page. It is Sheerly Twisted Scissors. I post all the time. My link to my website is on there. I'm also on Instagram. It's at Sheerly Twisted Scissors, and in between each word is just a period, just because I couldn't do just one long word. So if anybody needs a stylist, I got you.
Tell your dog I said hi.
For Hannah, tell your cat I said pss, 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 and also live, laugh, and lobotomy.
Hopefully Hannah will be back soon.
I miss her and she needs to come back.
We do miss her. So hopefully she'll be back soon. All right. I think with that, we done. We out.
Later.